Do you ever wonder if your fastball is fast enough? If your dream of making it to the big leagues is even possible when your velocity feels just average? Maybe you're throwing in the low 80s, maybe even slower. Maybe you've been told you don't have the stuff to make it. But let me tell you a story about a guy who started just like you. Los Angeles Dodgers Blake Treinen. In high school, he barely touched 79 miles per hour on the radar gun. He was overlooked by scouts, passed over by many, but he had something else: determination. As a teenager, Blake struggled with unhealthy habits, and it caught up to him. By his sophomore year, he was diagnosed with a precursor to diabetes. At just 5 feet 7 inches, he wasn't even playing baseball anymore. But Blake didn't quit. His mother, Geet, told him, "You need to make changes or this could define your future." He gave up soda, started running, and eating better. His body changed, and he was back on the field. His fastball still stuck at 79 miles per hour. So Blake did what any determined athlete would do. He found a way. Blake ended up playing junior varsity at Baker University, but it wasn't enough. Baker had no pitching coach, no weight room, no real structure. Blake knew he could go further, so he transferred to the University of Arkansas. But even there, the coaches weren't interested in letting him try out. Most would have given up at this point, but Blake wasn't about to quit. He didn't get the tryout he hoped for, so he doubled down on his training. Himself harder, and his fastball started to creep into the mid-80s. Over Christmas break, he heard about a pitching clinic in his hometown, run by a former minor leaguer named Don Chise. At that clinic, Blake didn't throw 90 miles per hour consistently, but Don saw something in him. He called Richie Price, head coach at South Dakota State, and told him, "I've got a kid who's throwing 90 and wants to play college baseball." South Dakota State gave Blake a chance to walk on, and he took it. But the NCAA rules forced him to sit out for a year. Blake used that time to build strength, refine his mechanics, and focus on getting better. By the time he was eligible to play, Blake's fastball had jumped from 84 miles per hour to 88 miles per hour, and it only got better from there. He spent his summer training with a coach in Wyoming, and that's when everything started to click. His fastball started hitting 94 miles per hour, then 96 miles per hour, and it didn't stop. That's when the Marlins drafted him in the 23rd round. From a kid who barely threw 79 miles per hour in high school to a major league pitcher throwing 100 miles per hour,